History of Bangalore. Bangalore is the capital city of the state of Karnataka. Bangalore, as a city, was founded by Kempegowda I, who built a mud fort at the site in 1537. But the earliest evidence for the existence of a place called Bangalore dates back to 890. Kempegowda I, 1510 to 1570, modern Bangalore was founded by a feudatory of the Vijayanagara Empire, who built a mud fort in the year 1537. Kempegowda also referred to the new town as his Gandhabhumi or Land of Heroes. Their intersection formed Doddapat Square, the heart of then Bangalore. Benda means boiled, Kala means beans and Ora means town/city, which effectively translates to city of boiled beans. It was this part of the forest which went on to develop over time, and its name Bendakaloru or Bendakaluru was shortened to Bengaluru and anglicized into Bangalore. Bangalore, officially known as Bengaluru, is the capital city of the South Indian state of Karnataka. It is located in southern India on the Deccan Plateau at an elevation of over 900 m, 3,000 feet, above sea level, which is the highest among India's major cities. Bangalore is famous for masala dosas and bizi bele bath. You should try it at either MTR Ormuz or Adagas. Bangalore is famous for two gardens, Lal Bagh and Cubbon Park. Bangalore is famously known as the IT capital of India. Gangas, Cholas and Hoysalas. The Gangas ruled Gangavadai from Kolar starting 350 and later shifted their capital to Talakadu. An inscription, dating back to 890 AD, shows Bangalore is over 1,000 years old. But it stands neglected at the Parvathi Nageshwara temple in Bigur near the city. Written in Hale Kannada, Old Kannada, of the 9th century, the epigraph refers to a Bangalore war in 890 AD in which Buttanachetty. Though this has been recorded by historian R. Narasimhachar in his Epigraphia of Karnataka, no efforts have been made to preserve it. The inscription stone found near Bigu reveals that the district was part of the Ganga kingdom ruled from Gangavadai until 1024 CE and was known as Bengavaloru, the city of guards in Old Kannada. Edgar Thurston, Castes and Tribes of India Volume 5, states that the Kongu region was ruled by a series of 28 kings before being conquered by the Cholas of Tanjore, citing the earliest portion of the Kongu Chronicle, Kongudisa Rajakal, a manuscript in the Mackenzie collection, which gives a series of short notices of the reigns of all the kings who ruled the country from the start of the Christian era till its conquest by the Cholas. These kings belonged to two distinct dynasties, the earlier line of the Solar race which had a succession of 7 kings of the Rati tribe, and the later line of the Gunga race, itself claimed to be a branch of the Solar race. The Hoysala architecture is noted for its elaborate motifs. In 1024 CE, the Chola Empire captured the city. Today, little evidence can be seen of this period. A small village in South Bangalore and one in Anantapur district bear the Chola name, but the residents are of native stock. The later Gungas often fought alongside the Chalukyas, Rashtrakutas, and the Hoysalas. In 1117 CE, the Hoysala king Vishnuvardhan defeated the Cholas in the Battle of Talakad, which led to the Hoysalas regaining control of Talakad. A popular anecdote recounts that the 11th century Hoysala king Veerabalala II, while on a hunting expedition, lost his way in the forest. Tired and hungry, he came across a poor old woman who served him boiled lady's finger. The grateful king named the place Bendakaloru, literally, town of boiled beans, which was eventually colloquialized to Bengal, Ru. There are also theories that the name has a floral origin and is derived from the tree Benga or Venkai, also known as the Indian kino tree, Pterocarpus marsupium. The city as it is known today was named by Kempegowda I. There is an inscription dated 1628 CE in the Ranganatha temple in Telugu. The English translation of which is "Be it well, when Rajadiraja Parameshwara Veera Pratapa Veera Mahadeva Maharaya seated in the jewel throne was ruling the empire of the world, when of the Asanavakula, the Yelahankanadu Prabhu Kempanacharya Gani's grandson Kempegowda's son, Imadai Kempganaya was ruling a peaceful kingdom in righteousness. With the decline of the Vijayanagar Empire, the eclipse of the rule of Yelahankanadu Prabhus took place at the dawn of the 17th century. Vijayanagara and Kempgowda I. 1510 to 1570, modern Bangalore was founded by a feudatory of the Vijayanagara Empire, who built a mud fort in the year 1537. Kempgowda also referred to the new town as his Gandhabhumi or Land of Heroes. Within Bangalore, the town was divided into peats or market. The town had two main streets, Chikkapet Street ran east-west and Doddipat Street ran north-south. Their intersection formed Doddipat Square, the heart of then Bangalore. Kempgowda's successor, Kempgowda II, built temples, tanks including Kempapura and Karanjikara tanks and 4 watching towers that marked Bangalore's boundary. The 4 watchtowers built at the time in Bangalore are still seen today in the following places, which are Lal Bagh Botanical Garden, Kempambadai Tank, Ulsor Lake, Mikri Circle, Sultanate of Bijapur. It was captured by the Maratha chief Shahaj Bhosale, father of Shivaji, then working for the Adil Shahi Sultans of Bijapur in 1638. During the siege of Bangalore, Shivaji's elder brother Samhaj/Shamhuja was killed by Shahaj's rivals, led by the Ghurpad of Mudal, for which Shivaji was to later exact revenge. Mughal influence. After conquering the Sultanate of Bijapur, the Mughals under the commandership of Qasim Khan, then arrived in Bangalore, which was then ruled by Shivaji's brother Viankoji/Ekoji Bhansali as a Jagir of Bijapur in 1686. Viankoji retreated further south. The Mughals in turn sold Bangalore to the kingdom of Mysore's ruler Chikkadevaraja Wadiyar in 1689 for 3 lakhs, which he had originally negotiated with Venkoji/Ekoji Bhansal. Bangalore was given as a personal Yagar by the then Wadiyar king Imadai Krishna Raja Wadiyar to Haider Ali made in 1759. But by 1761 he had become a de facto ruler and was proclaimed as the Sarvadhikari, regent, of the kingdom. Haider Ali and Tipu Sultan. When Haider Ali died in 1782, his son Tipu Sultan deposed the weak Wadiyar, proclaimed himself Sultan. Under Tipu Sultan and Haider Ali the state progressed economically and trade flourished with many foreign nations through the ports of Mangalore. Several attempts by the British to capture Bangalore were repulsed by the Mysorean army, most notably in 1768 when Haider Ali forced Colonel Nicholson of the British Army to lift his siege of Bangalore. The French under Napoleon had promised to drive the British from India. Tipu successfully stalled the British in the First, Second, and Third Anglo-Mysore Wars. Bangalore Fort was captured by the British armies under Lord Cornwallis on March 21, 1791 during the Third Anglo-Mysore War and formed a centre for British resistance against Tipu Sultan VIII, being incorporated into the British Indian Empire after Tipu Sultan was defeated and killed in the Fourth Anglo-Mysore War, 1799. A prominent role was played by the Madras sappers in the capture of the fort and subsequent development of the cantonment and the city. Bangalore is the permanent home of this Indian Army regiment since the mid-19th century. Wadiyars and British East India. Lady Curzon Hospital in the Bangalore cantonment was established in 1864 and later named after the first wife of the Viceroy of India, Lord Curzon. Upon the passing of Tipu Sultan, the Wadiyars returned to the throne of Mysore, and therefore Bangalore, although only as figureheads. Bengaluru remained part of British East India until Indian independence in August 1947. The residency of Mysore state was first established at Mysore in 1799 and later shifted to Bengaluru in the year 1804. It was abolished in the year 1843 only to be revived in 1881 at Bengaluru and finally to be closed down in 1947 with the departure of the British. The British troops which were first stationed at Srirangapatna after the fall of Tipu Sultan in 1799 were later shifted to the civil and military station of Bangalore in 1809. The salubrious climate of Bangalore attracted the ruling class and led to the establishment of the famous military cantonment, a city-state close to the old town of Bangalore. The area became not only a military base for the British but also a settlement for a large number of Europeans, Anglo-Indians, and missionaries. In cantonment, the names of many of its streets are derived from military nomenclature: Artillery Road, Brigade Road, Infantry Road, and Cavalry Road. The South Parade, now known as Mahatma Gandhi Road, was to the south of the parade ground. The Plaza Theatre was constructed in the year 1936 on the South Parade and was used by the soldiers for viewing Hollywood movies. The British representative maintained a residence within the cantonment area and his quarters was called the Residency and hence the name Residency Road. Around 1883, 3 developments were added to the cantonment: Richmond Town, Benson Town, and Cleveland Town. The cantonment has retained its distinct atmosphere through the years with large populations of Anglo-Indians and Tamils from the British era. Water shortages. The lack of water supplies within the city of Bangalore was first tackled in 1873 by building a chain of tanks called Miller's Tanks in the cantonment area. Prior to this, water was pumped from the Halsoor, Sholay, and Pujapacheri tanks, which were insufficient for the civil and military station. The city area drew water from a Karanji system from Dharmambadai and Sampanji tanks. The Great Famine of 1875–77 and the failure of the monsoons led to drying of all these water bodies. During this time, water carriers by Histas supplied water. In 1882 the Sankey Reservoir was constructed at the cost of 5.75 lakhs by Richard Hiram Sankey and collected rainwater from an area of 2.5 square miles, 6.5 square kilometers. The water was said to be unsavory and impure. On June 23, 1896, water was pumped from the Chamarajendra Reservoir, Hesarghatta, which dammed the waters of the Arkavathi. This tank went dry for 1 year in 1925. It was built at the cost of 20,78,641. On March 15, 1933, the Thipagondanahalli Reservoir was put into service. On May 21, 1961, the Integrated Water Supply Scheme was inaugurated. This system collected water from the Kaveri River near Halgar and pumped up at Thirikadanahalli, Vaddaradadi, Gontakanadadi, and Tatgunai and stored in reservoirs at Mount Joy, Birasandra and high grounds. Plague crisis of 1898. Bangalore was hit by a plague epidemic in 1898. The epidemic took a huge toll and many temples were built during this time, dedicated to the goddess Mariamma. The crisis caused by this epidemic catalyzed the improvement and sanitation of Bengaluru and, in turn, improvements in sanitation and health facilities helped to modernize Bengaluru. Telephone lines were laid to help coordinate anti-plague operations. Regulations for building new houses with proper sanitation facilities came into effect. A health officer was appointed in 1898, the city was divided into 4 wards for better coordination and the Victoria Hospital was inaugurated in 1900 by Lord Curzon, Viceroy and Governor-General of British India. 1900s, sometimes it is claimed that, in 1906, Bangalore became the first city in Asia to have electricity, supplied by the hydroelectric plant situated in Shivanasamudra. This information is controversial, as the first electric power supply was started in Kolkata in the year of 1898, to the then Bank of Bengal. Basavanagudi, named either after the Basavana temple or the Bull temple in the village of Sunkanahalli, and Malleshwaram, named after the Kittu Malleshwara temple in the old Malapura village, were created during this time. Kalasapalayam, near the old fort, and Gandhinagar were created between 1921 to 1931. Bangalore's reputation as the Garden City of India began in 1927 with the Silver Jubilee celebrations of the rule of Krishnaraja Wadiyar IV. Several projects such as the construction of parks, public buildings, and hospitals were instituted to improve the city. Bangalore therefore served traditionally as a retreat for people from the surrounding South Indian regions. Even today, the city administration manages to maintain several parks. Cubbon Park and Lal Bagh are 2 such examples. Indian independence. 1947. After Indian independence in August 1947, Bangalore remained in the Mysore state, of which the Maharaja of Mysore was the Raja Pramukh. The Vidhanasabha, Bangalore continued to be the capital of the unified and linguistically homogeneous Kannada-speaking new Mysore state that was created in 1956, and renamed to Karnataka in 1973. Kumara Park came into existence in 1947 and Jayanagar in 1948. In the 1960s and 1970s, an elite neighbourhood was developed in the former gardens of the Bangalore Palace, which was known as Palace Orchards, now called Sadhashiv Nagar. The area is now home to many of the wealthy members of Bangalore society, celebrities, and politicians. Public sector employment and education provided opportunities for Kannadigas from the rest of the state to migrate to the city. Bangalore, largest city in India, with a population of 1,207,000. In the decades that followed, Bangalore's manufacturing base continued to expand with the establishment of private companies such as MECO, Motor Industries Company, which set up its manufacturing plant in the city. Industrialization created further growth that extended from the Peenya industrial area in the west to Indiranagar and Whitefield in the east. From Yelahanka town in the north, to J.P. Nagar in the south. 1991 Economic reforms. Bangalore experienced a growth in its real estate's e-market in the 1980s and 1990s, spurred by capital investors from other parts of the country who converted Bangalore's large plots and colonial bungalows into multi-storied apartments. In 1985, Texas Instruments became the first multinational corporation to set up base in Bangalore. Other information technology companies followed suit, and by the end of the 20th century, Bangalore had firmly established itself as the Silicon Valley of India. With an estimated population of 8.5 million in 2011, Bangalore is now the fourth most populous city in India and the 28th most populous city in the world. Bangalore was the fastest growing Indian metropolis after New Delhi between 1991 to 2001. In 2005, the government of Karnataka announced it had accepted a proposal to rename Bangalore to Bengaluru. In 2006, the Brihat Bengaluru Mahanagara Palike, BBMP, the third level of government, passed a resolution to implement the proposed name change. However, this process had been stalled due to delays in getting clearances from the Union Home Ministry. In 2014, Union Ministry approved the name change to Bengaluru. Please, subscribe to our channel, and please, like and share our videos. Please add your comments in the comment section.
Please subscribe to our channel, and like and share our videos.